Hello Scorpio, welcome to your general and love reading for the month of June. So, as we enter the month of June, we are today actually is the last day of Mercury retrograde. So, there is still a shadow period that will accompany this end to the Mercury retrograde that lasts until about the 12th to the 14th of June. So you will notice that the first half of the month we are in shadow. So it will probably be a little bit different than the latter part of June. The first half may feel one way, but then the second half may be the complete opposite. I feel like, personally, when we go through a Mercury retrograde, that we're in like the twilight zone. And that twilight zone period usually lasts about 6 weeks. So, like a month and a half. So, June is also the number 6, which is about balance. You may feel that you may have to strive for balance as you leave one energy and enter a different energy. Some people freak out when they see the number sequence 666. I used to think and associate that with, the devil. But as I got older and got into numbers and their meaning, that number sequence usually pops up and shows itself when our thoughts, our deeds, our words, our actions or actions are out of balance and they're about to spiral us into a negative state. So I usually see that number sequence around that time period. So it's like, if I see it, then I know, then my thoughts and, those other attributes they are starting to spiral and get out of hand. So I need to bring them back into balance and keep them, monitor them and stay on top of them so I don't get spiraled into a negative state. You may see the first part of the month being on the negative side, whereas the last part of the month could be more like happier, more fruitful, because it still isn't a time to be taking action. All right, I feel like, and I've seen this from other astrologers, that we're in the clear about the 14th. After any time starting the 14th and after, we're in the clear with taking action and doing things, making money moves, signing contracts. We're free after about the 14th. So just know, as you enter June, we're still a little wonky. Energies are still, you should be able to feel the shift of the Mercury retrograde ending. Like, that energy should start to be dissipating. We are now in its shadow period, which is still, it's not as harsh or as bad. It's lessening. It's going to start to lessen, lessen up, but loosen up. But, it's still there, somewhat lingering. And anyways, take what you will with how you can apply that or how you may feel throughout this month. So I'm going to do a Celtic Cross spread from my favorite tarot deck, the Greer Tarot. And then I'm going to pull a 1-card message from the Soul's Journey lesson cards, the Flower Therapy Oracle cards, the Indigo Angel Oracle cards, And last but not least, the Angel Answers Oracle cards. So if you have a question, think about your question, formulate it, and then at the end of the reading, I will give you an answer to it. Alright, so let's get started. Ooh, alright. Okay. Right out the gate. So this month, you are going to have a lot of communication. You have the center of the reading here. You, this month. There'd be good news, outgoing, childlike cheerfulness, creative, confident. Messages, good messages, back and forth. There's a lot of messages and things coming in for you that are going to be fruitful, that are bearing fruit. If you are a male watching this, then you may be having to speak to an earth sign feminine. Now, she is your challenge this month. So she could be, you could have news and messages around this feminine. If you are the feminine watching this, then you could be receiving news this month, but your challenge is going to be more like, you may be still looking at things. Do you want to nurture this? Do you want to heal it? Things that make you feel grateful, down to earth. Alright, if you're a female watching this, you may not feel in your element, okay? If you're a female watching this, you may feel like you're not receiving the news you want to hear around home life or financial matters. And that's kind of throwing you off a little bit. There's something here that is being blocked on the form of what you need or feel like needs to be looked after and taken care of. There is some form of a juggling act going on, and I would like to say that you may not have a plan here as to how you are going to move forward. You may be overextending yourself. There may be, imbalance. You may be deciding to, because you got 2 pentacles down here, and here are 2 pentacles. So you may be deciding not to invest into something. Whether this is a feminine or whether you are considering these pentacles are throwing me off. There's something at the end of May, beginning of June, that you are still healing from. You are still crying over the past. You're still upset about some things that happened in the past. There is some sadness and some grief associated with this card. And this is lingering from May into the beginning of June. Now, by the middle of June, either someone backstabs you or you backstab someone. But there is definitely an ending here that looks like it's painful. And Lord, I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but there's a betrayal or a mental breakdown, a failure, something going on for you at the middle of the month. And I feel like it has to do with this Five of Cups energy over here that's lingering from May to the end of May to beginning of June. You know, it could be that quit licking. I just want to the end of the month, there is a delay some way, shape, or form. There's negativity, there's procrastination, frustration, poor planning. So here's the deal. If you're not really strategizing and planning right now, then yes, that's going to leave the door open for a delay, someone not accepting an offer, frustration, procrastination, poor planning, just for the simple fact that, you know, in the base of this reading here, somebody is not strategizing. They're not planning. Things are out of balance. And I feel like that out of balance is what, I mean, it's definitely affected by the sorrow and the grief and the pain associated with the past, especially if you are struggling to let go of the past. But the flip, so this card, this Five of Cups card, is somewhat a negative card. But it's like you're crying over these three things here that you lost. But if you'll just turn around, which means, you know, metaphorically, don't look at the negative, but try to look at something positive, you have other stuff to be thankful and grateful for behind you if you'll quit crying over them and just turn around. So this is either you or someone you're dealing with, okay, that is sad. To me, the Five of Cups, this is a masculine energy here. So, you know, he's looking at the past and he's very sad and regretful, maybe about his choices, because it's cups. Cups can represent choices. And, you know, that this could pertain to an earth sign that you could be dealing with, an earth sign feminine. If you are a male watching this, then the feminine is looking to the future. She's actually overlooking this, reverse Ace of Pentacles here. She's not even looking at that. She's looking at some other stuff. Like, her eyes are going this way. So whatever's like over here is what she's looking at. If you're a male watching this, there could be an ending with this feminine. This feminine could be receiving, if you're a feminine watching this, you could be receiving good news that even though you have gone through these hardships in the first to the middle part of June, there's still going to be stuff to look forward to in the future. And it could be that this feminine, and so there is a feminine and a masculine. You're going to have to plug in, because this is a general reading, to where you fit in here. So this feminine is more so future forward, future planning. She's taking care of herself. She's looking good. She's got her shit together. And she's like, how can I move forward? And she's getting messages some way, shape, or form about how to move forward. She is seeing clearly how she wants to move forward. Now, if you're the feminine, then that's you. If you're the masculine watching this, then that's the feminine you are dealing with. It looks like there is, I think, going to be an ending to a relationship here between a male and a female. because this person is no longer wanting to juggle the two. So the masculine here may enter the month heartbroken, like she doesn't want to invest in me, you know, you're crying over it. And then by the middle of the month, I don't know if there's going to be an argument or something that really makes this here kick off, but there's definitely going to be, you know, some type of betrayal, failure, financial ruin, a breakdown, something here, feeling like you have been stabbed in the back. And I would say that that could be from this feminine energy. You may be, if you're a male watching this, you may be over here trying to speak to this female and give her like words of encouragement that you want to do things with her, and she's just not feeding into it. So it's leaving you sad and depressed. And if you the masculine here, okay? I'm speaking to the masculine. This female is really looking to the future, which I'm not sure that future is going to include you. It's like at the beginning of the month, you may be feeling it more so in your feelings that it's ended. But by the middle of the month, you may try again. You may try and offer some form of communication about can we move this forward? And you know, before you got shut down by, you know, her saying, no, I'm not interested. Well, this card right here, the middle of the month, she could come back if you extend again and her be like, no, I've already met someone. What do you not understand? I do not want to be with you. This is over. Now, if you're a feminine watching this, you're going to be communicating with a masculine here that you're not really wanting to invest in. And like the beginning of the month, you may be telling him, you know, I don't want to invest here with you. I don't want this. And yeah, it will leave you a little sad because you're having to cut someone out. But I feel like this masculine isn't really taking you seriously. So by the middle of the month, you may have to really put your words into action. How can, like, because they're just feeling it right here. But over here, it's like you're really having to put your foot down and like, no, I said I'm not interested. I don't want this. So, because we go from the 5 to the 10. This right here, you know, this is the first of the month, middle of the month, end of the month. So, it looks like there may be another offer extended, but someone's not going to be taking it. Somebody is not going to accept whatever offer. Someone's not willing to juggle or invest in this anymore. And it may be that the feminine does not want to invest in this anymore, whereas the masculine wants to invest. Alright, and if that's not your case, here's a different scenario. There has been messages around a relationship dynamic. These are messages of there's an ending. I think you both know that this relationship is like ending, okay? I think the feminine and the masculine here both know that this is over. One of you is, you've both decided that, I think you both have decided to end it and call it quits. And it's like, now, how can we untwine our lives to go our separate ways? Someone is going to be sad and depressed. But the beginning of the month, someone's going to be sad and, depressed that, okay, this relationship's over. I've got to move on. but the middle of the month, there is going to be conversation or something that's going to, and I don't know if this is like more dark hidden stuff that's from the past that's going to come back out to get rehashed, to have like a final say or the final words. But it is going to, whatever it is, it's going to hurt. It's going to be backstabbing. It's going to be painful. So there is going to be a lot of communication with this person on how you can, how you're going to go your separate ways, I feel like. There isn't going to be a new start between these two, for sure. Alright, let's see. Pull some more cards. Alright, so your advice over here. Now, let me just say this, because now there are two queens, two feminines in this dynamic here. So if you are in a, and I'm going to say like, because we've got pentacles here. If you're in a relationship, if you're dealing with an earth sign, like you are getting out of that relationship, you're leaving that relationship, then you have, if you're a masculine watching this, there's a fire sign around you. And your advice is to pursue and go after this fire sign. And maybe that's where all this heartbreak and grief and depression is coming from. Your challenge, if you're a masculine watching this, your challenge is, I feel like, communicating with this feminine earth sign on how you're going to either separate yourself financially from her. You may have to give her a payout at the end of June. There is an end to this dynamic regardless. So either, you know, go after, your advice here is to go after something that's going to bring you passion, that's going to help uplift you and make you want to go get something better. There's a lack of balance in your environment. So whether this is the feminine that you're dealing with, which very well could be. It could be the feminine. I usually look at, so whoever you are watching this section right here is for the people that are in your environment or the things that are, you know, coming at you. And to me, there's a lack of balance and a lack of healing going on between you and this feminine energy here. Just be aware. Just be aware, okay? If you're a male watching this, you have a Queen of Wands here, which is saying, you know, that's the route you need to go. So, how can you make peace or somewhat keeping it kosher with this earth sign energy and go toward something new and something different? But if you're a female watching this and you're dealing with the masculine, then, you know, you are looking to the future and what you can invest in, what's going to bring you stability, what's going to bring you fruitfulness in helping keeping you feel secure. And, you know, your advice would then to be to go after the things that feed your passion, that make you feel energetic and bubbly and self-assured, because that attractiveness is what you're going to attract. So you may be turning down an offer from some masculine here, if you're the feminine watching this. Now, the person that you are dealing with, they are definitely out of balance. Okay, there's something in them that they're not wanting to heal. And it could be because they're not wanting to let go of something. But there's an imbalance, there's discord, hastiness, overindulgence, risky behavior. So there's something going on in your environment with this person that is just out of balance, out of whack. And it could be because of the month of May and the Mercury retrograde. I mean, Mercury retrogrades can do a number on people. So someone here fears that there's not going to be forward movement with this person. There's a lot of fears around forward movement, being able to, you may fear that you're not able to maintain balance throughout this situation. You may fear that you are not able to go in the direction that you want to go. You may fear that, you know, you aren't going to have a whole lot of control over yourself during this time. You may feel like you are met with opposition, like you don't have the self-discipline or lack of direction. Now, the outcome. So this would be the end of the month. This can also steer into July because this is a 7. So this 7 of Swords is your outcome. So somebody's going to take responsibility and start fresh. So whoever is, I feel like this is a masculine energy here. This masculine, if this is, so whatever masculine you're dealing with, I feel like they will finally get the hint that this isn't going to work anymore between you and them. This masculine will eventually, hopefully by the end of the month, beginning of July, start taking responsibility. They'll leave you alone. Things will, their conscience will start to kick in, and they will feel like they've got to leave this and start fresh. And they may even like come clean to you about something, especially if you feel like they've been hiding something, sneaking around doing something. They may come clean. They may get, you know, some whatever they've been holding onto their chest, they may finally get it off, and then they're able to walk away. Now the masculine in this dynamic has been taking his time in this whole situation, okay? If you're a female, you may feel like you've been over this and done with it for quite some time, and this masculine's just been like hanging on. And you've been trying to cut them off, but it's like they can't let go. So, I think this masculine is aware and has been aware of the heartache and the shit that they needed to let go of at some point in time, which, you know, could be you if you're a female. If I'm talking to the female watching this masculine, I think I'm going to say that the two of you have a soulmate relationship. It looks as though you've been together for quite some time, and here it is now. I think the two of you have broken up. One is not wanting to let go, whereas the other, I feel like, has already let go. So it's like, you know, this, the masculine here has been taking his sweet little time in trying to either process his emotions, how he may feel. I mean, now keep in mind too, if you're the female watching this masculine is crying over the past, but yet he still feels like he's got something to hold on to, which might be the thing that gives him the energy to try one more time with you. And maybe that's when you really have to put your foot down and be like, no, motherfucker, I've had enough. I'm done. I'm out of here. What do you not understand? It's over. That could be what that energy is. So there's going to be some type of conversation going on about the middle of the month, which is really going to hurt somebody. Okay. Now, if you are, and this could, well, I just don't really feel it. Okay, let me see if I can redirect this for 1 second. Alright, for the feminine. For a feminine, okay? You may have, especially if you are the Queen of Pentacles, you may have seen that this masculine has other options, because there's another feminine showing up over here. We have 2 queens here, 2 options, and then we've got this two of Pentacles, you know, juggling one and the other. So I would say that this feminine's like, you know, no, I'm done. Okay, I don't want a new start with you. I don't want to do this anymore. So this feminine, this earth sign feminine is like, you know, we're getting out of this. This masculine is taking action in another direction. So someone here is going to be putting their guard down and not so much as fighting. And it could be the masculine that's like that, because we've got 2 sevens here, and they both have masculine energies in them. So he may be putting his defenses down and just being like, alright, fine, you know, this is it. Alright, we're done. And, you know, moving his shit out, strategizing how to get out, how to get away. If you are the masculine watching this, you need to go after the things that feed your passion, that awaken the passion within you, that awaken your desires, especially if it's not this earth sign feminine here, okay? Because she's not going to accept this offer. She, I feel like, will, if you go at her to say something to her again, the middle of the month, she's probably going to, like, cut your throat out. I don't know how many times she has turned you down, but it looks like she's had enough, and she's going to really put her foot down with her words and tell you she's had enough. She could very well be out of balance here. I know there's like a glare right there. She's definitely out of balance in this situation. There's something, just know that on an emotional level, there's not healing. So just be aware, this could be one extreme to the other, okay? And then someone is going to be strategizing how to get out of this. Alright, so your soul's journey, your lesson card is imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Now, this here could be the key thing that's telling you, especially if you're in this energy over here, you know, about you're crying over spilt milk, over the things that happened in the past. You have something behind you that you could put your focus on if you would turn around and let the things of the past go. Because this is the 2 of Cups behind you. Now, I don't know if this is a new relationship with maybe this said fire sign over here. Especially if you're the masculine watching this. But you need to get out of you need to use your imagination and focus on something that will help uplift you and help you heal from this past situation. Alright, so at the bottom of the deck we have growth, success, happiness, and blame. I take responsibility for my well-being. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So if you're a masculine watching this, you need to follow the things that's going to bring you happiness, growth, and success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Alright, the message we have from the flower therapy is Wise Soul with Azalea. Your soul carries ancient wisdom. Please embrace it as you have the knowledge to help those around you. So you have the knowledge and the wisdom within your being to help navigate this month and everything that's going on around you with this situation. We have, you are lovable, world energy, the world energy could very well speak of, that's going on with the planets, like Mercury retrograde, okay? Uplift your thoughts, and your wishes are coming true. So, what your heart has been longing for is getting closer each day. Focus your attention on the many blessings that surround you. By doing so, you'll let go of depression, poor self-esteem, and excess weight, which is the exact meaning of this Five of Cups here, okay? So you are focused, somebody here is focusing on the depression and the shit of the past. So if you'll change your attention and focus on the blessings that do surround you, it will help you to heal and to let go of the shit from the past. The earth is going through a transition of energy. Your sensitive body is feeling it. You are not alone. Accept help from others. And love who you are, as you're created perfectly. Everything about your true self is beautiful. Your indigo message is, apologize. So, this apology card could definitely tie into this Seven of Swords. Because remember, this is reverse. You're seeing it in the upright because you're on the opposite side of the cards here. So there is apology that needs to be had or needs to be given. And you may receive that apology, or you might need to be the one to give the apology. So at the bottom of the deck, we have Archangel Michael. So he is here offering you protection and guidance. You are not alone. You are loved, and learn something new. So, like this advice card here, when I said, go after the things that ignite you, this could be like this learning something new. There may be, a new hobby or something new you need to try out. That could be a creative endeavor that helps to help you maneuver this situation here. Whatever question it was that you had, your answer is success. You have remain positive, forgiveness within the next few weeks, and let go. So you asked, if you asked something like, should I end this relationship? Then this would be a yes. And you will be successful in ending this and untying or cutting the loose ends of leaving this relationship. You will see it within the next few weeks. So that is all I have for you at this time. So Scorpio, if you like oracle readings, which is like, the tarot reading, how you see the tarot spread that I've done here. I do readings, but using just oracle cards like these. If you like readings like that, follow me on Facebook. That's where I post them there. Over there, you'll find The Urban Woman. I believe it's just The Urban Woman. So my page is there. If you feel like this is a personal reading for you and you would like to make a donation, my Cash App and PayPal information is in the link below. And if this is where I leave you, Scorpio, then I will see you again here in July for your July reading. Take care. Namaste.